Hey everybody, what's up? My name's Mike.
I'm
Welcome
mad.
to the Bonsaipopteam. I am one of your hosts.
I'm the other host.
It's Tyler.
Yeah.
And he's being a big poopy baby today.
No, you are.
Tyler's mad because I didn't put out the last podcast because I was very depressed,
For a month.
for a month.
While we were arguing, he edited the podcast. It took him less than 5 minutes. And then he put it out.
We're talking about a Patreon podcast, not the Bonsai podcast.
True.
But you guys have probably unless. All right, so here's the deal. Here's what we need. We need you guys to comment on the podcast. We need you to rate and review the podcast. And if we get a bunch of those, we'll give you the last episode. It's a little bit old.
We can't.
I think it was done on the. Yes, we fucking
that
can.
one. Yeah, we can't.
Oh
give him
my
that one.
god, Tyler! He's got a hair trigger today. He's got a hair trigger. He's.
I have
shooting.
so many hair triggers.
Yeah,
I'm covered in hairs triggers.
He's just waiting for squirrels to walk by.
Oh, I wouldn't kill a squirrel. Squirrels are cool.
Maybe you're just hitting them with airsoft bullets.
That's still mean.
Not if they're trying to steal your money.
Why would they try to steal my money? They just want nuts, man.
Yeah, they don't just eat nuts, okay?
What else do squirrels eat? What do squirrels eat?
Fucking anything that they think is good enough. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys do that, then we'll give you the old episode. But if you don't, then we're just not gonna do that. So anyway, hey, what's up? It's December, which means that it's already been Christmas for 2 weeks.
That's
and
real.
yeah, the news is this is an anime and video games podcast, by the way. We did one of these last week. It kind of went down in flames because I was very tired, and my filter, which already is, I mean, how would I describe
Your
how would you
filter
describe my
is
filter?
questionable on a good day.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a car that, like, when you're driving it, you can hear that there's a piece missing, like something's loose, and you're like, I hope it holds up. That's you on a good day.
Yeah. It wasn't a good day. So we decided to throw that one away. So here we are today. And I guess it's a good thing that we waited because there wasn't a lot of news last time. But now there is a lot of news. So there was this little variant in the coronavirus that was like hanging out, it was doing its thing, and everybody was like, it's probably not a big deal. And then it became like, they were like, maybe it's gonna be a big deal. And then they were like, okay, it's a big deal. And now it's like a huge fucking deal.
Yeah.
Welcome to Omicron status. Is that what they're calling it? Omicron?
I
That's
believe
right?
it's the Omicron variant. Every single
Sounds
time,
metal.
every single time a new fucking a variant comes out, it's like the government behaves as though they're an evil villain. And like it's the beginning of the anime, and they see like the main character, and he's weak, and they're like, I don't have to worry about him. Look at this weak, pathetic fool. And then like one training, and then like one training montage later, like it's a god, like every fucking time, man.
Yep. Like you think by now. I mean, it's going on 2 years.
You think we'd have learned?
Yeah. Like I went to, like, when I was in high school, right? Like, we would take classes for like half a semester, and we were supposed to know all of that for the rest of our lives. How the fuck does it take supposedly the most responsible and intelligent people in our entire society 2 fucking years to realize that this virus is a problem and it's annoying and people don't want to fucking work when the virus is like making their lives at risk, etc., right? And their idea was, let's take away unemployment so they have to work. It's like, bitch, Nobody has to work.
It's fucked,
okay?
man. Also, Omni saying that it's in California already. By the way, we're joined with Charles Lassocia, Fragile, Lord Icarus, Neonosis, Omni Penguin, Sensei Kit, and the Cock Warlock. Omni is saying that it's already in California. I was just in California for Thanksgiving. Dude, let me tell you, fucking nobody wears masks there anymore. They're just gone.
It depends on where you are, but I would
San Diego,
say that, yeah, like usually the whiter and wealthier places that you are, or the trashy asses, like really trashy places, they don't wear masks.
I
it's
was
like
amazed.
People in the middle will wear their
it's
masks
like,
and be civil.
To go to the grocery store in Oregon, or at least in Portland, you got to wear a mask to get in. They have signs at all the doors. You go to any restaurant, the people are wearing masks that are serving you, that sort of stuff. Nobody in California, the people behind the counter, the people serving, none of it. Nobody wears a mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's different.
Where I live, there's a bunch of like wealthy but like white trash people, right? Like it's like white people that figured out that you could make money being a farmer. You know what I mean? There's no masks where I live. But right over in Northampton, everybody wears masks everywhere. Like they even make the fucking people from my town wear masks. And then you also have like the Holyoke Mall. Remember I took you to that mall?
Yeah.
We got the nobody fucking wears
the
masks there.
Scorpion Bulls.
Yeah, there's like people with like fucking 20 kids walking around and none of them are wearing a mask. Like it's just, but all the employees are wearing masks because there's a fucking mask mandate there. But like there's new rules with the masks shit. So like you can't tell people that they have to wear a mask anymore. Like even if there is a mask mandate for your own safety, because people are getting like fucking beat to shit and going to the hospital for trying to make people wear masks.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
The world is, or at least this country is, some shit is going down, man. We got that stuff going on. I've been following the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization lawsuit that's at the Supreme Court right now.
I know nothing about that.
It's essentially the lawsuit that could possibly overthrow Roe v. Wade, especially with a super conservative stacked court, which is what we have.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Because basically, if the Supreme Court rules against the Women's Health Organization, then it will essentially it will kill Roe v. Wade.
Oh my God.
So
rules against the Women's Health Organization. A bunch of dudes are going to rule against the Women's Health
don't forget. No. We have Amy Coney Barrett on the jury now or whatever.
Is she the one that thinks that the Jews did the space lasers?
No, that's somebody green something. I can't remember. That's a congressman or congresswoman.
Oh, okay.
No, Amy Coney Barrett is the newest Supreme Justice that got appointed right at the end of the Marjorie Taylor Greene. Thank you. Yeah, Amy Coney Barrett's the last justice that got appointed to the Supreme Court right before Trump's presidency ended. Basically, if you have extra money and you wanna support women's reproductive rights, maybe throw some money towards the Jackson Women's Health Organization.
Yeah, or just like buy somebody an abortion.
There you go. Well,
they're expensive.
Actually, I think if you donate to the Center for Reproductive Rights to support those legal cases, then they have like matching fundraisers going on and stuff like that. So other like companies will match your donations.
You notice it says the Satanic Temple is doing something as well. Love that.
Yeah, Satanic Temple is the best fucking thing.
Love the Church of Satan.
Yeah, saying your religious right to have an abortion. Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, but anyway, it's a big fucking deal.
Satan.
We're all gonna die from coronavirus again, and women are gonna lose their reproductive rights all at the same time.
Well, it's already happening in Germany. I guess the Omicron has like, which is a transformer. All right, that is the Omicron virus is a transformer, dude. It is definitely a Decepticon.
It does sound like a Decepticon.
The Satanists are gonna get uppity with me if I don't know the difference between the temple and the church. I see. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Are one like satanic Jews and the other are like satanic Christians?
The temple is the secular. Okay.
Okay.
And the church is like people who actually worship Satan?
Secular humanists. That's right.
Because I honestly did not realize that there was a difference.
America's a lot like Satan. Did I ever have this conversation with you? No?
I don't think so.
So, like, the whole idea of Satan, right, was that he was like, hey, God, why do you get to have, like, all the money and power, right? And God was like, because I'm fucking God, bitch. And Satan was like, hey, that's not cool, dude. It's pretty lame. So, like, he started a war against God, and he lost.
Right.
And, like, when America got started, Britain was basically God. They fucking owned like the entire world. They had the largest empire almost in human history, I think.
Yeah, it was the sun never set on English soil was the
That's
phrase.
Right. Yeah. And then we were like, hey, why do you get to have all the money and power? And they're like, because we're fucking Britain, duh. And then we were like, fuck you. And we started a war, but we won.
Yeah.
Literally, America is founded on satanic principles.
They were fighting some other shit at the same time.
Who? Britain?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were fighting
France.
France.
What happens when you have a giant fucking... Well,
Fuck
France
off
helped us
empire.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah,
France wanted most of Britain's shit. Anyway, Manifest Destiny is white dude Providence. Yeah.
I saw a... I saw a comic strip the other day, and it was Satan having sex with a girl in hell, and she's like really enjoying it. She goes, "Oh my god!" And then the next panel is like Satan really sad, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I called you the wrong name."
That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. So if you want more bad news, apparently there's a big ol' school shooting that happened.
What was that, Michigan?
Detroit, yeah. Some like 4 or 5 kids died. And it was some like what the fucking here we go. Oh my god, dude. This fucking kid looks like he would shoot up a school. Oh wait, he did. 15-year-old sophomore opened fire at Oxford High School. 4 students at least were killed. He killed a 14-year-old, 16-year-old, and 2 17-year-olds. Hannah St. Julia, Tate Meyer, Madison Baldwin, and Justin Schilling. Now, if this kid is smart, he'll do what that little shit stain in fucking Wyoming did and just be like, oh, self-defense, bro. And then he'll probably get off. Because that's what happened in Wyoming. You remember that? You remember that whole thing in Wyoming where that kid showed up to the peace protest with a fucking... I don't know. It was some kind of automatic...
I know exactly who you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. Like, this little fucking piece of shit got off of like 9 different charges of murder, dude. Like, it wasn't just murder. It was like it was like a bunch of fucking a ton of murder charges, like a ridiculous amount. There was almost no fucking way in hell that this kid was gonna get off. And he, like, basically his lawyer put him on the stand and he cried. He was like, I didn't mean to do it. I was scared. Like, you were scared with a fucking automatic rifle in your hand? Dude, if I had an automatic rifle in my hand, I would have the biggest not scared boner, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what, are you fucking kidding me? You were scared?
I love getting those not scared boners.
Yeah, dude. I'd be like,
that's my everyday.
Right. Well, yeah, you're the first to go if everybody else has a rifle. Neonosis says you're the first to go. Target number 1 with a rifle. But
Neo,
if you're
not
the only one with
everybody
a rifle,
is constantly in firefights like you, okay? Most people don't carry guns.
That's true.
We're not all trying to sneak into like military bases or whatever it is you do on a daily basis.
We know that you use poisonous cuff needles. Okay,
there you go.
We know, like Assassin's Creed, but cooler and smaller. But like even still, like this fucking kid, he says, "Computers. I work with computers."
Yeah, to plan your route.
But yeah, like, you know, this fucking kid with this, you know, M16 or whatever the fuck he had. I think he killed 3 people. I'm not entirely sure. He might have killed 2 people and then only wounded 1, or killed 1 person, like wounded 2. But either way, this kid's a fucking murderer, dude. He's a fucking murderer, and he's like, "Oh, self-defense." It's like, no, it wasn't. It's self-defense. Now, so we don't lose complete faith in humanity, there was the other case, which down in Georgia, like, which is right? Because Georgia is not exactly known for being not racist. Ahmaud Arbery, yep. And so Ahmaud Arbery was like gunned down, like going on a jog, like in a neighborhood or something like that. Like literally, like he was chased down by a bunch of fucking rednecks in a truck, and those guys, the dad and the dude who was like, "Yeah, let's get this guy," they may have gotten the death penalty. I'm not sure, but they definitely went to jail for murder, which is great.
All 3 were found guilty. I don't know what the actual sentence was.
One of them didn't get all of the murder charges that the other guys did, so he got off lighter. But yeah, so
all 3 men face life in prison. It's up to the judge to determine whether to grant them the possibility of parole.
Fucking good. At least there was some justice. But goddamn, that fucking kid, like, come on, dude. Like, there must have been some magic in that fucking courtroom. You know what I mean? Like his tears must have been like little unicorn pre-cum or something like that to make the fucking jury be like, he's innocent. I will never understand that.
The point is that our judicial system is so fucking obviously flawed that it's just like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
makes no fucking sense. They like,
yeah, it's true.
It should be that if you did something bad in California, you get the exact same sentence as if you did something bad in Detroit, Michigan. And you can get polar opposite fucking results.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, but also states have like self-governance, but with a federal umbrella.
Yeah,
rules.
But because like Texas, you can have self-defense by like thinking that somebody might. If you just say that you feared for your life, then you're in self-defense. So if somebody's fucking black and you're scared of black people, then you can legally kill them.
I think in Texas, if somebody is on your property, period, you can kill them. Like,
yeah, it's something like that. Like,
I don't even think they have to be necessarily like harassing you or anything.
Somebody's gonna be playing a fucking game of Monopoly, and they're gonna land on Park Place and owe too much money, and then kill somebody because of it.
Mm-hmm. But here in Massachusetts, if somebody comes into your house and like rapes you, you can't fucking shoot them. Like you can't fucking kill, like you can't kill somebody in Massachusetts with a gun. Like you have to without
Wait,
like
really?
you will get in fucking trouble. Yeah, like there's a castle doctrine. What's a castle doctrine?
Like, castle doctrine. The idea is that your home is your castle. So if somebody is inside your home, or invades your home, you do have that right.
Ooh, let me see this. Self-defense laws, fine laws. This is a lot.
It is a lot. I would be amazed if there wasn't like a castle doctrine or something like that in Massachusetts.
I was told that there was valid defense prosecution.
The castle doctrine. Yeah, you do have castle doctrine.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's good. Good to know. Stay out of my house. But yeah, like there's also like there's been a lot of cases though where people have protected themselves inside of their house and still gotten in like trouble though. You know what I mean? Also, that being said, my buddy Jared, who is like a military trained dude with like he was in the Marines for a long time. Like he doesn't keep a gun in his house because he was like, unless I kept it loaded and like directly next to my pillow, there's no fucking way I'd be able to get a gun out fast enough to do any damage to somebody if it was like a home invasion type of thing.
You're better off with like a sword.
Yeah, exactly.
I keep a sword next to my bed for all of my scary nightmares.
I used to have like Shaolin hook swords that were like a gift from my friend who was moving. Oh my god. Oh, so Neo has pasted a thing in here. Remember what the elements of self-defense are. Innocence, you can't be the one to have started the fight. That's somewhat debatable, as prior to the gun coming out, this was an entirely verbal altercation. And the threat you're responding to is occurring right now, not based on what happened in the past or a hypothetical act in the future. When shots were fired, there did not appear to be an imminent threat to the shooter or any third party posed by the dead guy. Proportionality, the amount of force is used is only as much as necessary to stop the unlawful conduct before the first shot is fired at the guy's feet. At that point, it was mere words and some chest bumps that had been exchanged. Chest bumping is not grounds for using lethal force, and neither is pushing the muzzle of the gun away with an arm. Reasonable. Oh, okay. So there's all sorts of fucking like ridiculous.
There's all sorts of shit that I was gonna say that weasels that lawyers can weasel their way in and out of, to make it be self-defense or not. It's great.
I see. Apparently this is from a Reddit thread. It was from a gunfight Reddit thread. I see with those two Texan dudes. What two Texan dudes? You can't go inside, grab a gun, come back out, and murder someone. Wait, Florida woman earlier this week? Oh my god. There's so much, like, okay, like, I know that we kind of, like, glossed over this, I don't know, this guy shot his wife's ex in front of his kids. Oh my god. This shit is just so fucking ridiculous. Like,
well, there's just so much of it, you know?
Yeah, like, and again, like, every time this comes up, like, with family around, because it does, like, my dad is always like, yeah, but it's always been like this now, you know, because of 24/7 CNN and you know, the media over glorifying it. It's like, I don't think anybody's glorifying the fact that, like, kids are being fucking killed in their schools by other kids. Like, that,
yeah, it's
that's
like,
fucked up.
It's a null argument, because if it has always been this way, it's fucked up. If it hasn't always been this way, it's fucked up now.
Yeah.
Either way, it should be fixed.
Yeah. So what did this fucking kid, like, use? And also, by the way, this kid, this 15-year-old kid who decided to, like, go to school and, like, kill a bunch of people, fucking is being charged with terrorism.
I mean, sure. Makes sense to me.
I mean, that's just, like, that's pretty wild, man. Like, that's...
I mean, it is domestic terrorism,
Crumbly
essentially.
Is his name.
Crumbly?
Yeah, absolutely it is, dude. It absolutely is, because now, like, think about it, dude. Like, if I was in school and somebody came in with a fucking gun and just started, like, shooting off, if I was anywhere and that happened, like, thank God, or whatever the fuck, that none of that has ever happened in my entire life. But, like, holy shit, if that ever happened anywhere, I would be scared to go back, let alone anywhere else. You know what I mean?
It happened at my college.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, but were you there, like, there? You know what I mean? Like, if you were seeing people get shot, like, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, like, at my college, it happened. The way my college was set up is there's the college campus, and then the town that everybody lived in was next to the college campus. It didn't happen on the campus, it happened in the town next to it. But, like, a guy died outside of Ryan's house.
Jeez.
Like, while he was inside. Like, we lived through it. We weren't in it. We were in our houses, but we were getting active notifications about it.
I see. Yeah, like when I was living in Holyoke, people would there was always I drove you through Holyoke, remember?
Yep.
When we took a tour of the hood.
Yeah, like, my parents called.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's always shots going off down there. You know what I mean? Like people are always fucking killing each other down there. Maybe I shouldn't have. It was during the day. We were fine. But yeah, like, you know, so it's like, it's weird. But again, if I was like in the movie theater in Colorado during the Batman, like the Batman showing, you remember that one? There was a huge one, like some dude, like, I think he might have been dressed up like the Joker, or I might have just totally imagined
that's happened
that, like,
multiple times.
What?
Somebody dressing up like the Joker and then killing people in a movie theater.
It happened. That did not happen multiple times.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that happened like last week in another country.
What? New York incident leaves after a young man who was loudly cheering and plotting on-screen murders. No. Did it happen in another fucking?
It's happened multiple times, dude.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's happened multiple times?
I'm pretty sure it's happened multiple times.
I don't think it's happened multiple times. I think it was kind of a big deal. Yeah, all that comes up is Aurora. And this dude like fucking killed like almost everybody in that fucking theater. Like if I was in that theater, I don't think I'd ever be the same again.
Oh, well, yeah.
I think I would like that's terrorism.
Here's one
that's straight
from
up
29. Oh no. Never mind. That's not.
Yeah, I don't think that's been replicated. If it was replicated, that's pretty fucked up. I mean, I guess it wouldn't put it past people because technically every time somebody like fucking shoots up a school, they're just like replicating Columbine, basically. Mass shootings in the United States. Total deaths in U.S. mass shootings, 1982 to 2012. Oh, wow. There were some years where there was just, like, no deaths.
Yeah,
before
crazy.
1990. And I guess 1991 was a bad year. And then 1999 was a really bad year. And then somewhere in the mid-2000s, there was, like, federal assault weapons. There was an assault weapons ban? And then they just, like, unbanned it?
I mean, that's literally what government does, man. We have two parties. One party does something and the other one repeals it.
Yeah. Oh, it depends on the state.
Depends on the state. That makes sense.
Yeah. That's, like, I don't know, man. That's just fucking crazy.
It is. Have we talked about shootings enough?
I don't know. Like, I mean, it's such a hot button issue, right? Because, like, part of the reason that America as a country is powerful as a country is because we are fucking armed to the teeth as a nation. You know what I mean? Like, again, like I always talk about that though. Well, because if we were ever invaded, there would be less necessity to arm and train the populace. You know what I mean?
Our military is so huge we wouldn't do that anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's for a well-maintained militia. Wait, what's for a well-maintained militia?
I assume the right to bear arms.
The rights to bear arms. I see. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I mean, the idea... Isn't the idea to bear arms, like, basically to use them against the government in case the government got too fucked up and full of itself?
Yeah, but we couldn't beat the fucking government.
No, I know.
Like, there's no fucking way.
Not our fault, by the way. Just wanted to point that out there. Not our fault.
What's not our fault?
We didn't. So, like, basically, the whole... God, everybody yells at me whenever we talk about shit like this. Like, there's so many YouTube comments about people being like, wow, you guys are really fucking dumb. But like, but like, the whole idea of America, right, was to have a itty bitty tiny little government and like a lot of like freedom, right? Like
yeah,
the government,
the original idea, sure.
Yeah,
I'm telling
but
you,
then
Thomas Jefferson was a fucking rational anarchist. The dude did not want there to be law.
right. But I mean, I'm not. Yeah, but even still, like, you know, George Washington was president, but like the whole idea, like he gave up the presidency. The idea was to have a small government and a lot of power to the people as a whole. But like, you know, as time went on, the government got bigger and bigger and bigger, and we kept handing them more and more and more power. And now here we are in a place where literally Marxism intensifies. Literally, like the idea of any kind of like intense revolution happening, right? Like overthrowing the government, anything like that, just snuffed. Just like fucking forget about it, dude. Like they've been working on like riot control shit for fucking, I mean, 20 years, 25 years. Like I remember watching the History Channel back when I was a kid, and they had just invented like the fucking like gamma wave emitter or something like that makes your entire body feel like it's on fire, and they mount them on trucks and just can like aim them at a crowd or something like that. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, not only could we be like our entire fucking population be basically taken down by the government if there was any kind of like uprising, but they could take us down mostly without fucking killing us, you know what I mean? Just because of all the fucking riot shit that exists. I mean, look at what happened the last 2 years with all the marches and the protests and everything.
I'm very aware.
Yeah, this shit was fucking crazy. Like, you know, and then they're like, oh, but we didn't use any lethal force. It's like, yeah, but you shot people through the eyes with rubber bullets and they died, you know? Like, what the like, fucking hell. So yeah, the world's fucked up. Welcome to the news.
Cool. Sweet guns suck part of the podcast.
Do guns suck or do people suck? That's
both.
I think
both.
That's
we have
kind
sucky
of the
people, and then they buy guns. A sucky person without a gun isn't nearly as much as a threat as a sucky person with a gun.
That's true. I mean,
look at Japan. How many fucking people die from guns in Japan?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's been rising, but knives, yeah. But I feel okay. So hear me out on this one, right? I feel like in a place where, you know, knives are the main thing that you have to worry about, right? Or well, yeah, it's mostly knives because swords are also banned in Japan. I cannot imagine 21st century Japanese people like walking around with a fucking sword, but they would. They literally fucking would, because that's like, anyway. But yeah, so Omni says there's a lot of mass killings with knives in Japan. I see, right? But the thing is that like with a knife, I feel like you kind of got like a fighting chance, right?
More so than with a gun.
Yeah, you know, like take a couple self-defense classes.
Dude, I literally typed in knife killings Japan. The top thing is man in Joker costume with knife injures 70 people on Tokyo train, starts fire.
70 people?
17.
Well, okay, all right.
17.
Oh, 17. Oh, okay. I was like, who is this guy?
This was August 30th.
This fucking...
sorry, this was October 31st this year.
Neonosis, the computer guy, is telling us that knife fights are the most dangerous.
I'm just saying, somebody else dressed up in a Batman Joker costume this year and tried to kill a bunch of people.
Knifed 17 people. Oh my god. Well, okay, so Japan has its own issues that we'll get into like when we start talking about our anime week and everything like that. But I could see how somebody on a train in Japan could knife 17 people before he got stopped pretty easily. Like it's definitely like a culture definitely played a big part in that shit. But like I don't know. I personally I'm just saying like I would rather get cut with a knife than shot with a bullet. I think. I don't know. I have been cut with a knife. I know that hurts. I have not been shot before. I don't know. What do you think, Ty? Knife or bullet? How do you want to get hit?
I have to choose one or the other? Yeah, it kind of depends on where.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I was just looking up. The number of murder cases recorded by the police in Japan last year was 929.
929 murder cases. And one of their cities has, like, what is one of the highest population. Well, that was last year. That's pretty impressive considering the pandemic, I guess. Like, you really got to go out of your way.
To be fair, it doesn't seem like the pandemic really stopped people from murdering each other, because it was only 21 murder cases lower than the year before.
I see. Also gonna say that you can wear things that will actually protect you against knives, and it's not a bulletproof jacket, which is kind of cool, right?
True.
It's like if you wear a lot of leather, you know, it's going to be hard for somebody to cut you. Stab you, sure, but like, you know, it's going to be hard to get cut. Or like a biker jacket. We'd all be walking around in biker jackets with knives. Writing this down from a book.
Can't even find the fucking US's. Oh, here we go. Total number of murder victims in the US for 2020 was almost 18,000.
18,000 murder victims?
Yeah.
There was a cult in Japan that nearly used a neurotoxin in several major city centers as a way to start World War III. What the fuck? Okay, so what was their plan to start World War III with neurotoxins in Japan? Like,
well, first you kill a bunch of people, then you
war.
Yeah,
but well, no, because I feel like everybody'd be like, the rest of the entire world would be like, man, a bunch of Japanese people died.
Well, no. Then, what you do is, like, you kill a bunch of Japanese people, and then you blame... Yeah, exactly. You blame somebody else for the attack.
I see. Yeah, but with today's technology, you could fucking... They'd bought Russian arms. Oh. Interesting.
It's a whole
I'm learning all about crazy stuff right now.
It's a weird podcast. We got 40 minutes of talking about death and destruction. Fun.
Sometimes you just got to get it out. This is our talk therapy. You know what I mean?
I have therapy at 2 today, so.
Well, this is my therapy. My psychologist is trying, quote unquote, to find me a therapist. But hey, I don't know if you guys know this. Therapy is hard to come by nowadays because our country is fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, my aunt still isn't in rehab.
Really?
She's still just sitting in the fucking hospital waiting for a rehab.
Kid's paying $70 a month because nobody takes the $700 a month. Holy shit, that's a lot more.
It's a lot. And some therapists don't jive with everybody too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Like I went to a therapist once and I told her things and then she was like, yeah, I can't help you. And then I never went back to therapy. I was like, well,
see, the fact that you told her things and she said that she couldn't help you means that you probably need therapy and she's not the right therapist to help you.
But she was like, why don't you go down to like one of those like... She basically tried to send me to like one of those therapy farms. You know what I mean? Where it's like...
The therapy barn.
It's just like a clinic with like a ton of therapists that take shitty insurance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like,
I mean, I have to pay out of pocket for my therapist.
it's like McDonald's therapy, basically.
Like, essentially, good luck getting a therapist that takes your insurance and is a good
health.
therapist.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's cool about Massachusetts is that we do have an optional universal health care.
Right.
That is.
Does that
good.
mean every therapist has to take it?
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah. So
when I look for a therapist, I don't look in my network. I look for the ones that don't take any insurance.
Yeah.
Because they're typically better.
That's true. Yeah. Oh well. All right. So Tyler, have you any media that isn't anime before we get into anime?
Yeah. I mean, I just got Grant started. Grant has moved in. He's officially here. He's in the other room. I got him started on Arcane last night. And then I woke up this morning, started getting ready for the podcast, walked in, and he was watching it by himself, dude. And if Grant is watching something by himself, that's how you know it's good.
Hell yeah.
Because he's not the type of guy that's just going to consume media for no reason.
He's not the type of guy that generally consumes media other than weird esoteric books.
Exactly.
Period.
So if Grant is liking Arcane, that means it's fucking good, man.
I don't understand.
Just watch it.
I don't understand how something.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
I just don't understand how.
Watch the first episode and you'll be like, oh, fuck, this is good. And then you get to episode 3 and you're like, fuck, this is good.
I see. Are there boobies in it?
No.
Damn it. Been on a real boob kick lately.
Okay, so you're getting that from other places.
That's true. Devin, you were talking to me about something today that I wanted to steal from you and not pay you for. What was it? What did you tell me about earlier? That was really interesting.
You gotta stop fucking saying that, man.
Girl, I don't know. Something. Okay, so you told me about. Man, there was. It was really interesting. Something about somebody picking things for you or having to. I don't remember. Try to think about it. Because cayenne pepper. No, it wasn't the cayenne pepper.
What is this conversation?
Well, we got a bird feeder for the cat to watch.
I was like, why'd you get a bird feeder for the cat? That doesn't. It's for birds.
So like, if you have an indoor cat, they can like kind of go insane from boredom because they're indoor cats, and there's just not a lot for them to do. So you have to like stimulate them. So like, we put on like these little. Not your new shirt. There was something else. I think it had something to do with like the government or something or whatever. Yeah, so like we'll put on like these stupid fucking like little kids YouTube videos all night while he's like downstairs and he'll just like watch the YouTube videos.
What the fuck?
Yeah, or we'll put on like YouTube videos. It's just like mice. Like you just like watch like it's like 8, 9, 12 hours of just mice going in and out of holes and stuff like that, and he's just like there. It's really interesting.
So you're getting your cat addicted to TV.
Well, we're just trying to keep him stimulated so he doesn't like lose his fucking shit. Devin, I don't know what it was, but you said something really interesting. I don't know if it was about video games or if it was about
Devin, you said something interesting between now and the last time we podcasted. Mike has no idea what it was.
It was this morning. I can't remember what it was. I don't know. I'm bummed out about it. I've been reading Dune.
Oh, I thought you finished Dune.
I did finish Dune. And then I was like, you know what would be cool? If I read Children of Dune, which is the sequel to Dune. Okay. So now I'm reading. Dude, Dune is so fucking weird, Tyler. I don't remember who explained it last time. Somebody had a really good explanation for it. But like, so again, we had a podcast that fell apart. Way more than this one. Like, you think this is a weird podcast? Last podcast was super weird. But I had gotten Doom and Tremors mixed up, right?
Yep.
So I was like, I want to read that book that had that had the movie that had Kevin Bacon in it with the sandworms.
Right.
So I started reading Dune, which is not the movie that had Kevin Bacon in it.
And then we started arguing whether or not Kevin Bacon and Sting look similar.
Yeah.
It's a whole
yes,
fucking
it was
thing.
you, Fragile, with the cinnamon snorting. Like somebody snorts cinnamon and becomes Galactic Jesus or something
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought Tremors was Dune, so now I'm all into Dune and shit. And if there was a sci-fi book that could be man gets exiled, gets high, commits war crimes, yeah, for sure. Like, dude, Dune is so fucking weird. It's a sci-fi that has no laser guns and like no spaceships and no science fiction type things, other than the fact that it takes place thousands and thousands and thousands of years in the future, and there is space travel, but it's just not there. And like it's mostly about these people who have like gone through like mental fucking training to, I don't know, be super duper hyper fucking aware, like something between like a Zen Buddhist and like a I don't know, some kind of like therapist, like mind reader type shit. And then, like I said, they snort the fucking cinnamon, like that comes from these fucking worms, right? And then they all become like hive minded for a little while, but like like if you drink it, you get all the memories from like all the people that you've ever been related to. So like all of a sudden, like mentally you become like thousands and thousands and thousands of years old, and you have all these fucking personalities inside you that are constantly trying to like come out, and it allows you to basically like read the mind of everybody around you, even though you can't actually read minds. You're just like super fucking smart from all of human experience.
You become what is it, the Trill in Star Trek? Aren't they like the symbiotes that just have host bodies for thousands of years?
I don't know. Well, it's like, so I don't know, dude. This is like a 1965 book. So yeah, probably something along, because Star Trek started in what, 1960?
I don't
1963?
remember.
Something like that. Anyway, Dune is fucking wild. I don't recommend it. but
but it's fucking wild. You've been on an audiobook like tear recently.
Yeah, I have.
That's my fault, huh?
Kind of. I mean, I listen to podcasts all the time, and I finished up all of Hardcore History. Like, I actually paid like
I got a new
$80.
podcast for you.
What?
Have you heard of Behind the Bastards?
No.
So I just found out about this while I was in San Diego. I listened to an episode with my other friend Mike. It's a show where this guy and I think like his manager or somebody like that, but it's a guy and a girl, and this guy goes into all of like the bastards throughout history, just like horrible people and the shit that they've done.
I thought you were talking like legal bastards.
No.
Say like I'm a bastard.
So like the episode that I listened to that was super interesting and cool was the bastard that hanged the Nazis. So after the Nuremberg trials, the guy who actually hung all the Nazi generals, that guy and his entire story of how he got that job, it's fucking insane. This guy, like, he like was in a war. I think he was in like World War I or something like that, and he fucking hated being in the war. So he like AWOL'd, and then he like lied on his resume to get this hanging job, saying that he had hung people in his hometown, and nobody fucking checked it. So he didn't know how to hang people when they hired him. But he became like a top paying person because he was the hangman for America. And he spent years like hanging deserters of World War II, like American deserters, and like it's an insane fucking story. You'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, that sounds right up my alley.
Yeah,
for sure. Because I listen to like a lot of like serial killer podcasts and true crime podcasts, and all the Hardcore History. Like I'm done with I finished up all of Hardcore History, and now I gotta wait for Dan Carlin for 5 years to put out another fucking episode.
Yeah, it's called Behind the Bastards, Omni. And I just wrote it in the chat for anybody else who wants it.
All I can imagine is that guy like being Brad Pitt's character in fucking, god damn it, what was that Nazi movie with Brad Pitt? Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like, Buongiorno. Arrivederci. Fucking, dude, only, I would say about 25 minutes of Inglourious Bastards is good. That's, I know, I'm sure there's other people.
Is great. Big fan of the Bear Jew.
Bear Jew is great. I love the Bear Jew. But yeah, like 25 to 30 minutes of Inglourious Bastards is good. The rest is fucking boring. Quentin Tarantino, though. I mean, what are you gonna do? Anyway, so yeah, so Dune has been a thing, and I'm trying to like expand my pop culture knowledge farther back and into more like weirder areas, you know, because like it's not like Dune is like an unknown entity, right? It's like there are like there's like fucking like D&D games built off of Dune and stuff like that.
I mean, there's
like,
D&D games built off of everything now. I mean,
yeah,
pick a fucking, like there's probably My Little Pony D&D at this point.
Scott the Woz has a Monopoly game.
Does he really? Of course he does.
Yeah, Scott the Woz Monopoly.
This fucking man.
It's for charity, but it's already all sold out. So yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. Crit Roll did it. I see. But yeah. So there's been that, and then besides that, I haven't been consuming anything else. Like no like real TV.
I haven't had a ton of time to consume other things. Just because like I've been out of town. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I have watched recently. Not really. Arcane's the big one. You should watch Arcane. I keep telling you to watch it because if you watch it, we can do a video on it, and you're gonna like it.
My Little Pony D&D is apparently a thing. Oh my fucking god!
Fucking called it, dude.
So I'm gonna like before we get into anime. Last thing that I'm gonna say before we get into anime is that I actually gave My Little Pony a chance, like back when it first came out.
Wow.
The rebooted My Little Pony, right? Well, dude, the Bronies were like, it was like a big deal.
It was a force, on the internet. Man.
Yeah, like, and I was living at the nerd house, you know, at the time, and me and one of my buddies were like, let's check it out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we did, and it sucked. Like, it's not a good show. It's not even fucking cute. It's just dumb. It's a kid's show. Like, My Little Pony is actually a children's show, and like not in the way that like Steven Universe and you know, like Adventure Time and SpongeBob or Chowder or Flapjack were kids shows. Like, My Little Pony is actually a show for young kids. Right. You know, like there's not a lot of depth to it. It's fucking dumb. It's like Care Bears, except with like a little bit more attitude. And honestly, I like the Care Bears a fuckload more than I like My Little Pony. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure we have Avatar faces for Grant and Ryan that were made by a Brony.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you like My Little Pony, by all means, like My Little Pony. I just fucking hate it and think it's a stupid.
Here, hold on, I still got.
I don't want to.
Here's Grant's,
because I know.
Here's Grant's Brony avatar.
That's a Brony avatar?
Well, it was made by somebody who was a Brony, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're a Brony, I'm sure you're a totally fine person. Like, I remember one night we had Brony night at the quarters where all the Bronies came and celebrated being Bronies. It was like a whole event, and everybody was very nice and polite. Totally cool. Nothing against Bronies, just a lot of shit against the show. So, like, don't come at me, okay? Don't fucking come at me. Don't
like a Bonsaipopteam gets canceled because of Bronies.
By the Bronies. By the fucking Bronies. Got 'em. For not liking My Little Pony. Anyway, Tyler, how was your anime week?
Thank you for waking me up.
Fuck, man. I would have to have watched something for me to have had an anime week.
You haven't had an anime week?
I mean, again, I just got back from San Diego yesterday, and nobody that we know, like, we couldn't get Grant or Ryan to watch anime to make money. You think they're watching it now?
That's true.
Yeah, the new JoJo season is out. I have seen the OP for it, and it looks fucking dope.
Which JoJo season is this?
This is
the one
Stone
with the
Ocean.
female JoJo?
Yeah, Stone Ocean.
So it's female JoJo? I might actually watch this season.
I was considering watching it too. People seem stoked on it. And I can't tell if that's just because they're JoJo fans or if it's actually good. But I'm down to give it a chance.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch that.
Okay.
And then we got to figure out what else we want to cover this month. Mike wants to do 3 videos this month. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna get that done. But
I want to do 4 videos.
That's never gonna happen.
I doubt we'll be able to do that though.
3 is a maybe. 4 is unless you want to hire an editor, and we have somebody in our DMs who's waiting for you to reply about that. There's no way we could get that done.
Jolene.
But basically,
Can't wait to watch this season.
I haven't been watching anime, but I have a list of anime that I want to watch in January, essentially. I want to watch an anime and then write a script on it, and then watch an anime and then write a script on it. I want to do that at least once a week throughout January, and then I'll have 4 anime scripts written. And then on top of that, we should also consider doing another monster video next year and just writing it now.
You know what we should do? We should do my favorite anime of the year, because it's December and it's the end of the year, and just cover Edaten reviewers and why it was my favorite fucking anime of the year, or Edaten deities and why it was my anime of the year, and there's an easy video.
I haven't watched it, though. How long is it?
12 episodes.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Am I going to like it?
I don't know.
That scares me. That scares me if you say you don't know.
Well, we don't have like the same exact taste.
No, we don't, but you know the things that I like.
I mean, I know the things that you really like.
Yeah.
Which are not like Edaten deities. No, only peace. Let's see. Well, anyway, as far as my anime week, I have been reading Gantz still. It just keeps getting better and better. I'm really excited to do a video on it. I don't know if we're gonna get it out this month, because it's going to take a lot of manga editing, and that is a pain in the fucking ass. Like, I know, probably sounds lazy, but like, seriously. So, for instance, right, like, if you're talking about something in an anime and, you know, you're talking about something specific, you can use 8-second clips, you know, somewhere around there. Usually, I mean, honestly, most of my clips are somewhere between 3 to 5 seconds long.
Right.
Per cut. But with a manga, and it's already animated for you, right? So you just throw it in, and it's kind of eye-catching, and then you cut it to another thing, etc., etc. But with manga, you either have to show still images, or you have to do like really intensive editing. And the one thing that I try to avoid the absolute fucking most whenever I'm editing is opening Photoshop, because I know that I'm going to get stuck in a Photoshop hole, because like Photoshop is like this fucking bottleneck in editing, and it is so annoying. And generally what you're doing in Photoshop is making something into a PNG, making something transparent, like cutting out a background or something like that. And depending on what you're doing with that, it is such a bitch, especially when you're doing anime or manga, because you have to fucking cut around the hair.
Yeah,
and
the
it
hair,
is so
anime
difficult.
hair takes fucking forever to cut around. That's totally true.
So
I want to do
difficult.
more manga animation. We just never have time for it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
one of my more recent favorite videos that we edited was the Blame video, because I got to do so much manga animation and it looked fucking dope.
Yeah, making parallax scrolling
Yeah,
and stuff.
parallax
like,
scrolling stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
animating
but it's
stuff
such a
like
bitch, dude.
it is
It's such
but,
a bitch.
Well, yeah, but I like making it. It feels good
Yeah.
to make it. You don't like making
So
it.
for instance, like no, I like to make stuff like I used to like to make stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like back when I was working on Tree School, like if you go watch Tree School videos from like from like 2019 to 2017, and like you see like a really crazy intro or something like that. Like I remember I made this whole like 3D environment one time with Grant in it that he was like walking through, and then he like went into the distance and shit like that. Like I made a 3D box like with a ground, you know, that and like depth and shit like that. Like I used to do stuff like that all the fucking time. Now it's just like I've realized at one point that people just don't fucking care. You know what I mean?
I think it depends. See, here's the problem,
Yeah.
right? JM doesn't watch the videos.
Yeah.
If JM watched the videos, we would care, but he doesn't. He just listens to them.
No, we had this whole thing, right? Because Tree School videos used to take a ridiculous amount of man time.
Right.
You know, I would get 4 or 5 minutes of a Tree School video and it would take me a week to edit it.
Right.
Because of how much time it took to do all of those things. And it would be the same way for all of us. We'd all get somewhere between 5 to 8 minutes of a video and it would take us all fucking week. And like we just don't have the manpower to do that shit. And like when you look at game theory, the amount of money that they hemorrhage from like hiring editors to do that work that literally is just annoying. Like game theory is just annoying to watch. It's not it's all the same shit. It's just something zooms in, bounces a little, stops, you know, does a little twerk, stops, you know, like it's
Well,
I don't know. Some of it's impressive.
There's a difference between good editing and overly editing something, you know?
Yeah. Like if I was doing a TV show or a movie, yeah. You know,
well, I mean, it's like if you watch Danny's videos, they're stupidly good at editing, and it's not fast editing; it just looks good, you know.
Yeah. Well, there is editing, and then there's special effects. I would say, you know what I mean. There's like editing is all about being clean and smooth.
But like here, like look at this video and just put it on without any sound. But you'll see what I mean. Like it's not fast, but it looks so good.
Yeah, that's too much.
You're wrong.
That's too much for me. That's too much for me to do.
Like,
like,
it's too much
I
for you to
do,
do, but it looks fucking good.
Yeah, no, it looks great, but like I'm just thinking about like I am watching this stuff happen and I'm like, oh my god, the amount of fucking Photoshop work that has to go into that is so fucking annoying. Yeah, it looks great. It's awesome. I love that, but goddamn.
I like putting at least some of that into manga videos, though. You know?
Sure, yeah. Well, you gotta have. That's the thing is that like, for the most part, you can do a slow zoom, you know, or a slow scroll, but you're going to run into those parts that take you an hour for 15 seconds, and that fucking is just like it's such a bottleneck, especially when like people are complaining that we're not putting out enough videos.
Yeah,
you know. So anyway, animation is really difficult to do. Both Tyler and I can do it. You know, I mean that old like Flash stuff that people used to make, like that's we could do that. You know what I mean? We can't draw the characters, but we can sure as fuck animate them. But like for instance, that anime rap that I did is all of those letters are animated. Right. Every single word and letter that I put into there was edited or animated. That took me way longer than writing the song, recording the song, and getting the footage and putting the footage together.
Right.
Was just fucking animating those letters. So annoying. But yeah, so the other thing that I've been reading finally is I Am a Hero, which is a zombie manga, and it is fucking wild. So It says the main character is mentally deranged on the back. He is like super schizophrenic and OCD, I would say, is probably the best description for him. He has hallucinations, and like he has, you really don't see a zombie for a long time. Almost through the entire first omnibus, you don't really see a zombie. But yeah, so like you kind of get set up with this guy, and like he had a serialized manga at one point, but like he has these like really fucked up hallucinations, and he has these like obsessive compulsive rituals that he does to like, you know, protect himself, but like he's still functioning. You know what I mean? Like, so it's interesting because as far as I'm aware, he's not on any medication, which probably has a lot to do with, you know, the Japanese stigmata of people having mental problems. Like, again, you know, I know we've talked about it in a couple videos and at least in a podcast, but like, you know, forced sterilization of people with mental illness didn't stop in Japan until 1996 or something like that. So there is a big stigmata about it. Like if you had like bipolar disorder, they would sterilize you so you couldn't breed, you know? So there's a lot of people in Japan that have mental illness that don't talk about it, you know? So this guy, like, he talks to himself a lot and it annoys people, and, you know, but he has a girlfriend, who, like, I don't know, her first scenes were kind of like fucked up because she got really drunk and kind of abused him a little bit, but then like she's like also really sweet, and then when shit starts hitting the fan, she does kind of save him in an interesting way, but like it is one of the strangest manga I think I have ever read, and it's definitely fascinating, and I'm really enjoying it. And I don't know if there's an anime for it. I don't think there is, but it is something I would like to cover down the road, because I think that you would really enjoy it too.
Okay,
and it's
cool.
Certainly different than The Walking Dead, because again, like The Walking Dead is so American, when you look at it, you know, like, you know, you got your country sheriff, you know, and they got their guns, and then you got like all these dickhead Americans, you know, like making their factions and their fucking you know what I mean. But with this, like, and the reason that I said earlier that I could see somebody stabbing 17 people on a train before they're stopped in Japan is like, there is this one point where the guy is on a train trying to get away from the zombie outbreak that happened, you know, in his town. And by the way, like, he's running away from these zombies, right? Like, they're trying to fucking kill him because the zombies are a little bit different. They're a little bit faster, you know what I mean? They're still speaking, kind of. Like, they'll repeat the same thing over and over again, but like he accidentally like stepped on a dead body. He's like, sorry, and like keeps going. You know what I mean? He's still being like this like really polite Japanese guy. And like when the zombies show up on the train, like nobody pays attention to them. They're like, hey, can you stop being rude? Like, nobody even like really looks at them in the eye. They're like, stop it. And it's like not until like, even when somebody gets their head bitten and like this dude's missing like a chunk of his fucking head, like nobody's done anything yet, and they're like, hey, can somebody like take care of this weird guy, please? You know, like it's just so fucking weird. And then right, so the main character gets into a taxi with 3 people that have been bit and are infected, and he knows that they have been bit and are infected, but he's too polite to be like, no, like, this is my taxi, you know, blah blah blah. And then he stays in the fucking taxi with these people, right? Because he's too polite to make the taxi driver stop and let him out. Until they finally turn, and then like the dude fucking the dude is like, oh my god, like, what are these people doing? And he finally like unlocks their door, and the main character like kicks them out of the door, and he's like, and then they get into a crash, right? Because also the taxi driver was bitten, and he doesn't find that out until later. So they get into a crash. The taxi driver's head is through the windshield, and he's on fire, and he was a taxi driver in life, so he's all zombified, and he's like, "You're fair, sir. You're fair, sir." And the guy's like, "How much do I owe you?" Like, talking to this dude who's on fire, and he's like 19,000 yen or whatever it was. And he was like, "I only have 20,000 yen. I'll just leave it here for you." So he leaves the 20,000 yen at the side of the fucking taxi and like runs away. It's just it's so funny, and it really does poke fun at the Japanese like over politeness, just kind of like minding your own business type of thing.
That's pretty funny.
That's probably how they would act in a zombie apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like, so
I've been meaning to ask you though. Have you watched Ranking of Kings? I've seen online from like respectable people that we follow that's a really good anime that's coming out right now. We should check that out.
Interesting. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been watching any anime that isn't trash. I have been watching Sekirei, which I explained in the last episode that it's basically Pokemon, except the Pokemon are girls, and they're also like goddesses, and their clothes get blown off all the time, and
Sounds
the Pokemon
so
trainer
ridiculous.
is a guy, but he trains them with kisses.
Okay.
And then I've also been watching Makenki, which is the way that I described it is like it's like a normal fighting anime, except it's filmed from the perspective of a vagina, sometimes a butt, by a very short filmographer. And the first season is actually pretty tame. There's a lot of titties in it, but it's, almost like Ikitosen. But then the second season, they stopped giving a fuck, and it's just fan service. Like the second season is like basically a hentai. It's Makenki 2 is a complete departure from any plot or give a fuck, and it's just fan service. It's Omni wants to know how you spell that for research. It's Maken space Ki. Not a hentai if it doesn't have genitals. Fair enough. There you go, Alpha. So it's not a hentai, but
Thank you for the clarification, Alpha.
For instance, the first episode of Makenki 2, the main all the characters drink this juice, which isn't alcohol. I'm making bunny ears, and don't get drunk, and then they fucking all start like fucking around, and then the main character gets caught by this girl who likes him, and then she blasts him with her elemental power, and he gets turned into a girl, and then he plays with his boobs and fucking masturbates in front of a fucking mirror, right? And then goes and pretends to be one of the girls with all the girls.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I've also been watching some seasonal anime. I'm not caught up on quite a few of them, but I am caught up on The World's Greatest Assassin is also an assassin in another world or something like that.
Oh, right.
It has to kill the hero in it. That one is also trash.
Oh, really?
Apparently. Yeah.
Originally, people were like, yeah, this is pretty good.
No, it's good.
Oh.
Trash. It's good trash. Like, it definitely kind of... I don't know. It's inexcusable. The anime is inexcusable, but like... So, it starts off with, the guy... dying and then being sent to the other world to kill the hero. So he starts off in this new body and this like family of assassins, and he's all trained, and he meets this girl who trains him in magic, and it's very sweet. And then, but he's also the world's greatest assassin, so he's kind of like a evil guy. So then he ends up like picking up this stray girl, and she becomes his servant. and he trains her in the way of the assassin, and then his father sends him out to like live with another family to like learn stuff or business. I don't fucking know. And he ends up picking up another girl, and then they all like to sleep in the same bed with him, and they're being mentally manipulated, but they know they're being mentally manipulated. And then in the last episode that I watched, he has a fucking wet dream while they're in the bed with him, and then when he wakes up, when they all wake up, they were like, "What's that smell?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just this normal thing, like you gotta blur to blur to blur." And they're like, "Oh well, we can help you with that. You can't get all like fucking pent up and you're blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Right, so it really just like it really baited and switched it, huh?
Yeah, it just. So now he gets the hand the deterk yeah, exactly, alpha. So now apparently his subjects are also his hand job helpers or whatever. So that's fun.
Wow.
So we'll see how that anime continues to go.
So are you gonna end up watching Arcane though? Are you gonna do it for me?
I guess.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
yes? Just do it. Just do it. Then we can do a video on it.
Okay. All right. We gotta. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
I don't
video
believe
games,
you're
Tyler.
gonna do
Tell
it.
me about video games.
I don't believe you're gonna
Tell me
do
about
it.
video games.
So since I've been out of town, I've just had my Switch on me. So I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise and a lot of Metroid Dread. I beat Metroid Dread on hard mode in under 5 hours. I was really proud of myself.
Nice. Did you get any like secret stuff?
I don't know how to tell. I got a different like ending screen, so probably.
Lord Icarus Lotus, did you just change your profile picture mid podcast?
That's how you do it.
Or did I?
Looks like it.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know how that managed to distract me.
It's an impressive distraction. But yeah, Metroid Dread's a really fun game to replay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of Metroid games.
Yeah, I just didn't realize how much I was going to enjoy it. But yeah, I beat, I decided, fuck it, I'm going to try it on hard mode this time. Ran through it in hard mode, and like I beat like the final boss on the first try and shit. I was really proud of myself. That game's fucking fun to replay. I still get lost though, is the main thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is, yeah, well, first of all, it's a Metroid game.
Yeah.
It's, but it's also huge. Like, it's easy to get lost. But I mean, if you got lost and beat it under 5 hours, like, you did pretty good.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with myself. But yeah, I've done that, and then I basically just downloaded all the event like things in Monster Hunter Rise that have happened and played through all of them.
Were they any good, or is it just like basically recycling the same shit?
It's mainly recycling the same shit. The stuff that I really like is like the arena quests, because then you don't get to use your own weapons. It's a set base, and you have to choose the weapon. So I played those and I beat it with every single weapon that they give you.
Right.
So those take a while.
You liked those.
Yeah, I like those a lot.
I see.
So I played through all of those, and I think I beat all. I think I have one more that I haven't beaten. I don't think I've done the final one with the Switch axe just yet. But after I beat that, I believe I will be completely caught up on that game and have done everything again.
Holy shit!
Yeah, my
I'm just
HR
waiting for the
my HR in that is like 250 or something. Play a lot of fucking Monster Hunter Rise.
Honestly, I'm thinking like I might just wait and then get it on the PC when the expansion comes out.
No, why?
It looks so much better, dude.
Why?
It looks so much better.
We can't play together.
Really?
I'm not gonna play it on PC, and there's not gonna be crossplay. Omni also says no, it doesn't.
It doesn't look better?
That's what he says.
It looked better from the side by sides, but I guess
I trust Omni. Omni knows everything about Monster Hunter.
That's true. Omni does know everything about Monster Hunter.
But yeah, I've been really enjoying that. I bought a new gaming headset, dude. It's arriving today. Yeah.
Nice. Good.
I basically got the upgraded version of the one that I already had. So I should have
I
a
don't
brand
even
new
have a
mic.
gaming headset.
Well, I have that HyperX headset that I'm wearing right now that I used to.
No, I said I don't even have a gaming headset.
Oh, so wait, you were getting mad at me like a month ago because I didn't have a gaming headset and you don't even own one? Fuck you.
Well, my phone doesn't have a headphone jack.
Wait, what? Your phone doesn't have a headphone jack?
iPhones don't have headphone jacks.
Oh, yeah. iPhones are dumb.
They are, but they're also awesome.
Sure, but they're
But
dumb.
I agree, they are dumb. Yeah.
I had to do the most like I'm in my 30s now thing ever over this holiday trip. I had to help my mom get her photos off of her phone and onto her computer. Because she didn't know how to do it, and she has an iPhone.
It just it's like takes like 2 seconds.
No,
well,
no,
I
it
mean,
doesn't.
it takes forever to put them on. What
No,
do you
it
mean?
doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I do it all the time.
No, because she has like iCloud storage set up or something, so most of them aren't even on her phone. So I did it. I did it like the regular way. You just plug it in, you know, you go to the DCIM folder and then you copy them over, right? I did that. And and they come in a bunch of fucking folders, so I got them all into one folder for her, and then I showed her how to make new folders so that she could separate them into like, here's cat photos, here's family photos, you know, that sort of shit. And then I left the room. And then she calls me 5 minutes later. She's like, hey, these aren't all the photos. Where are the wedding photos? Where are these photos? I'm like, all right, let me see what's going on. And then I find out whatever the fuck iCloud is. Storage. So there's only like 100 of her actual things out of 4,000.
Oh my god.
You know? So
Yeah, I don't use the cloud. Fuck that.
yeah, my parents
I'm not
have
getting my dick put on the internet.
my parents have awful internet connection. I'm talking like 10 megabytes up and down.
What?
Yeah. So
oh yeah, old people don't understand.
yeah. So yeah, I was telling my dad, I was like, you guys don't have good internet. It's gonna take forever for me to download this stuff. Or no, it's because they bought a new TV and it was downloading an update. And I was like, your internet's just bad. And he's like, yeah, but and I was like, your down speed is only like 10 megabytes per second. He's like, yeah, but that doesn't matter. I'm like, that's literally what it is.
That's everything.
That's literally what is your TV right now is downloading an update. That's what the download speed means on your internet. So anyway, to download 4,365 photos / videos or whatever took like 2 hours, maybe more.
What kind of iPhone does your mom have?
I don't know.
Well, the reason I ask is because the better the iPhone, the bigger the picture files.
Well, again, they're on the cloud. But I don't know. I didn't look at what type of phone it was. It was just I was doing it and I was like, right, this is how it starts. This is the beginning.
Your parents are old, dude.
I know, but like this is the real beginning. You know, I two things happened that trip. That happened with my mom. My parents bought a new TV and I had to help my dad set it up, and the TV remote wasn't working, so I had to like reconnect it. Like I can't remember what it's called exactly, but I had to like repair it. I had to repair the remote to the TV. So I did that because I looked it up on my phone how to do it, and my dad got like all mad and he's like, "How'd you do that? You need to tell me for next time." I'm like, "There's never gonna be a next time. It's paired forever
unless
now.
you unpair it.
Yeah, unless you unpair it, there's never gonna be a next time.
Which you will probably do. Dude, my it's gotten to the point where I have to hide all the other remotes from my grandfather, or he will fuck up his TV and have to call me to come over to get the TV back. You know, because you have the cable remote, you have the TV remote, and then you have like, you know, maybe your sound system remote or
That's
whatever.
too many. I have one remote, my TV remote, and it controls everything I need.
Yeah, but that's because you have a smart TV, you know how to use the smart TV, and you don't have cable.
Yeah, because cable's dumb and unnecessary. When we got our sound bar, we hooked it up so it works with the same remote. I have a sound bar remote. I don't use it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I think my dad's down to 2 now. I think he has it set up so like everything works off of the TV remote except for the surround sound system that he has.
Yeah. Well, see, you're not 73 though, so
That's true. My dad's a big oldie now. He's doing okay.
He's literally the same age as my grandfather.
He hurt his leg recently, so he hasn't been able to go out into the water.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But your dad has inspired me. I got a snowboard.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a pretty rad snowboard. I'm really excited to take it out. I haven't been to a mountain in probably almost a decade at this point.
But you've been video gaming on a mountain.
Yes, yeah. So I've been playing Riders Republic by Ubisoft. It's awesome. Highly recommend it. It's like a really good trick game for snowboards and bikes, but also a racing game for snowboards, skis, bikes, and then they have like wingsuits and a jetpack.
So here's what I'm gonna do, because you can play with friends online, right?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna buy this game, but
that's what I figured.
If I see it at my local game store, I will buy it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it, but I have credit at that game store. If I go into that store and I'm looking at the games that they have and they have it, I'll pick it up.
Right on.
That is my promise to you. It's on PS5, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. Definitely fuck Ubisoft, but this game is sick. This game is really fucking good, and they're adding what are they adding?
New
fucking
sports?
BMX.
Yeah.
BMX. Yeah, they're adding BMX later. So, like right now, like you have, so you have downhill ski racing, which you can also get downhill snowboards. You have off track, like deep snow ski racing and snowboards, and then you have off track park skis. It like you can do tricks with skis too if you're like a big ski.
Oh yeah, I used
person.
to have a skiing game like for my Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. So this is like it's almost like it's like skate controls where like you use the analog sticks to like do flips and jumps and whatnot, and then you use the triggers to do grabs with the left stick while you're in the air and you're doing like all these rotations and stuff. And then you have like downhill racing on bikes, and then you have free ride bikes for tricks, and then you have like downhill bikes for tricks. There used to be this game at Stop and Shop for the PS2 that was like always in the Stop and Shop kiosk that I used to play. It was like this downhill racing bike game. It was fucking sick. And this is like that plus like a ton of other stuff, and it's this whole open world. So like if you don't want to do any races or anything like that, you can do like you can just fucking ride whatever, and you can switch instantaneously. So like if you're on the dirt and you're doing like or grass and you're doing like a bunch of like bike tricks and stuff like that, and then you see a patch of snow, you can do like a front flip into the snow, change into your snowboard, and then land in the snow on your snowboard and stuff. You can also like create your own races or like trick runs. So like and it's super easy. All you do is start a run and then run it until you fall, and then you can it's basically like record. It's like DVRing your run. It's super interesting. Cool. There's a ton of multiplayer stuff, and then there's the mass races, which is 64 people racing all at one time, which is just absolute fucking chaos. But I'm finally at the point where I have elite gear for every every one of my things, so I'm finally like winning mass races, which is really cool.
Nice.
And then I also got my other guilty pleasure game. I picked up, it might have been Downhill's Demolition Lord Icarus. I'm not entirely sure. If it was a downhill mountain biking game, then probably. But yeah, I got a NHL 2022. So I've been playing a lot of that. I really, really like video hockey games. And what can I say? It's fun. That's what I've been doing.
Nice.
Playing a lot of NHL 2022. It's like, I don't pick it up every year like those FIFA freaks, but, every like 6 years or so, I'll pick up an NHL game, just have that to play.
Oh, I found the game that I used to play, the skiing game. It was Johnny Mosley's Mad Tricks.
Johnny Mosley's Mad Tricks, dude.
TRIX.
TR. the most early 2000s thing I've ever heard in my life. Remember when everything was extreme?
Oh yeah, dude.
With
And the
an
X took up half the fucking screen. Yeah.
Yeah, or like there was no E before the X. You know, and it wasn't just a screen, it was like your deodorant and your body spray and your shoes and your backpack was extreme.
I really
and
like
yeah.
The Wikipedia page for it says Johnny Mosley's Mad Tricks is a snowboarding video game published and developed by the 3DO company. The game is based on the skier of the same name. It's a skiing game.
Wow.
Nailed it, dude.
Extreme spurts.
I think I asked at some point for like Hanukkah or something. I probably asked my parents for like a snowboarding game or something, and my dad probably got me a skiing game because we skied and didn't snowboard. It was still fun though.
Yeah. Did you ever do park on skis or
Not really.
no?
It was mainly just go fast downhill.
Go fast downhill.
Yeah.
That was your thing. You like to go fast,
Yeah, I like going fast.
like Sonic.
No,
You like the mountain Sonic.
no, that's Shadow. He goes downhill fast on mountains.
What? What are you talking about?
Isn't like Shadow something or another? Isn't that Sonic or Shadow's thing?
What?
Wow, my brain broke. There's a fucking level in Sonic Adventure 2 where it's Shadow going downhill on a mountain.
No, that's Sonic.
I don't think it is.
Sonic snowboards down a mountain in Sonic Adventure 1, and then he also snowboards down a he snowboards through San Francisco streets.
Well, yeah, I mean everybody
in
knows
Sonic
City
Adventure
Escape.
2. Yeah.
But I'm thinking,
But I don't know about Shadow doing anything like that. Shadow's the guy with all the guns who kills people.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
Shadow the Hedgehog was a great video game. Nobody can tell me otherwise. No, I don't want to ever play it again. Man, I wish I had my GameCube collection still. But yeah.
So that you could not play it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll be headed to the mountain once we get some snow.
Yeah,
or whenever it opens. I can't figure it out.
My dad just canceled his first ski trip because
of his leg.
Well, actually he canceled it because they didn't have enough snow, and then he hurt his leg, so it kind of worked out.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know how to figure out when the mountains around here open.
The internet.
Yeah, but it's not that like obviously I went on the internet, but I can't figure out when they open for like snowboarding and stuff. But apparently my favorite mountain around here has a really awesome park now, which is cool. Like last time I went snowboarding, I hit a rainbow rail, and I felt really good about that. Like snowboarding versus skateboarding is so fucking different because everything for snowboarding is so much bigger. You know what I mean? Like you're just supposed to go flying off of shit, and it's really scary. And like a rainbow rail on a snowboard is like 7 feet in the fucking air. And you go up and then you go back down the other side. And if you fuck up, it's like you fall 7 feet, you know? Like, and they're like, oh, but it's snow. And it's like, yeah, but this is the East Coast, dude. There's no powder here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's snow kind of. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's compact as fuck snow. Exactly. You're right, Omni. Also, I love Super Bunny Hop for the record. But yeah, I think this podcast has gone on long enough.
Yeah.
So we should probably say our thank yous and goodbye. Everybody, don't forget to check out our Patreon. You can check out Bonsai Pop. Just Google it for all of our social media, and of course the YouTube channel, which is what this is spawned off of. Don't forget G Fuel link for 10 to 30% off will be in the show notes, and our code Bonsai10 all in caps to get 10% off of your Boxu subscription. This little Japanese snack box thing, super yummy.
It
cool.
really is good.
Yeah, it's rare stuff too, which is neat. And if you enter before or if you subscribe to it before December 31st, you automatically get entered to win free tickets to Japan.
Whenever they open their borders again.
Yeah, so maybe don't subscribe so I can get free tickets to Japan.
Oh, nailed it.
Yeah, because the more people who sign up, the less likely it'll be for me to get free tickets to Japan.
Right.
Anyway.
And also, if you have any money left after that, just consider donating to the Center for Reproductive Rights, because, yeah, that's kind of important. It's fucked up what's happening.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I can win, Kit, because I have I have an account. That's all you need. So I think that I can win.
But they'd probably take it away from you if you won.
No way. I wouldn't tell them it was me.
Yeah, they never figure it out.
I'd be like, no, that's that other Mike Pixley. It's the other
It could
one.
be a conflict of interest. Oh, yeah. It would absolutely be a conflict of interest. But don't worry. Listen, Kit, our last sponsor with them is this month, so we can win it next month.
Yeah. Wait, no.
No?
Because it ends December 31st.
Ah, fuck. Well, I don't know what to tell
I wonder
you
if they did that on purpose.
I highly doubt it.
They're like, fuck these guys. There's no way they're getting tickets to Japan.
I'm going to go sign up for Boxu on my own account, and then I'll get it.
There you go. Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Mike.
I'm Tyler.
And this has been the Bonsai Podcast. We'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
Boy.